Good evening and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and tonight I'm going to be doing a very special video for you all. As you can see, I have got my manuscript book here, but I want to read you the first chapter out from my book. So this makes me so happy and I just can't wait to read the first chapter for you all. And I just want to thank you all for your love and support. My book is now out on Kindle and it's on Amazon. So, in my last video, I read a little bit of a snippet, but as a big thank you for all your continued support and love, I wanted to read you the first chapter from my book. It is so magical, it's spellbinding, and it's just what's the word I'm looking for? It's just magical and loads of adventures and stuff like that. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. And I just want to read something that I wrote earlier and I put it on my Instagram, and it was just so important to me, these words. So before I read the first chapter, I want to read you what I put on my Instagram. And if you're not following me on my Instagram, it's Mart's blog on Instagram. No, it's not. I changed it, didn't I? There we go. Yeah, it is, sorry. It's Mart's blog. Here's my Instagram there. I've used a screenshot of that because I've got like loads of little dashes from my, like, in the lettering of my Instagram, if that makes sense. So if you just want to screenshot that, there you go. Sorry, it's late. I told you, there's not going to be a time where I'm not going to mess up in my videos. So this is really important, these words. Words can't describe how I feel right now. When you was told at school that you wouldn't achieve anything in life, could really make you give up. But this made me stronger and wanted to prove I am worth something, and I will do it. Just watch me. This book is a beacon of hope to anyone out there that feels like you are not worth anything. Let me tell you that you are loved. Never give up. Please read my book. It will mean the world to me. I wasn't good at school, but it didn't stop me. You can be whatever you choose to be. Never give up on your dreams. So that was my quote that I put out on my Instagram, and it just means so much to me. So my book is on Kindle. I'm going to read it from Kindle because it's just amazing, absolutely amazing. I just can't get over it. So this is chapter 1, the weather. On a cold and wet windy morning, you could hear the howling, screeching wind rattling through the front door letterbox, through the cracks in the bathroom window, and through the old floorboards. This has been the same for the last 5 days. The weather seemed like it was getting worse by the day. The rubbish bins has been flung down the road like they weighed nothing. Birds battling to stay in the sky, but losing the fight to fly. This wasn't what you expect to happen on a normal day. When you thought nothing else could happen, it did. It was mid-morning when it happened. Suddenly there was a flash of bright light across the sky. It covered all the houses upon all of the streets. It was so bright that it caused all the neighbours to run out of the safety of their homes to see this strange but beautiful light. It was so bright you couldn't even look at it. Within the time it had taken the light to appear, it had vanished, and the weather was back to its normal wet and windy self. It was that bad people were running back inside their homes. What was happening? This weather continued for at least 2 hours. All I was thinking was how beautiful that beam of light was. What was it, and where did it go? A shrill ring pierced the quietness of the house, and Mum rushed to the phone. For a few minutes later, the phone dropped from Mum's hands. Her face has turned as ashen white, like she has seen a ghost. She turned to face me and said, "Oh no." "What is it?" I replied. "It's happening," Mum said. None of this made sense. I was getting more confused as time went on. "You need to pack a bag now, quick." By the time I had finished throwing some clothes into a bag, I was in a state of bewilderment with what was happening. 1 minute the weather was cold and wet, then the sky was filled with a beam of light. And now Mum started to scream at me to pack a bag. I was hoping all this was just a dream, and that I'm about to wake up, and everything would be as it was on any other day. I could feel the underline surging through my body as I didn't know what was going on. We ran to the car and chucked our bags in the boot. Mum slammed shut the boot, and we both got in the car. Mum couldn't wait to get on the road, and the car was filled with the smell of burning rubber as Mum pulled away. Through the window, I saw an old lady looking very sad, with tears in her eyes, waving us goodbye. There was a faint dark figure behind the old lady. My eyes must have been playing tricks on me. A few minutes later, Mum had started to calm down. "I'm sorry if I scared you, son. There is something that I need to tell you, but the time isn't right just yet. I didn't mean to panic you, but we need to get away fast." My heart was beating so fast I could feel it coming through my chest. Looking out the window, objects just flashed past. That's how fast Mum was driving. A few times during the journey, I kept closing my eyes to try and make sense of what was happening. "I will explain everything, I promise. But first we need to get to Uncle Barry's. He will tell you everything. Just lay back and fall asleep. I will wake you when we get there." Uncle Barry lives a few hours away from us, so I lay back and fall asleep. I close my eyes and begin to drift off, thinking of nice things. I must have fallen asleep for what felt like 30 minutes. Then I woke up suddenly with Mum shaking my arm. "Wake up, we have arrived." That couldn't have been 2 hours, but I was asleep. But it must have been. As I looked out of the window, we were making our way up a very long driveway that led up to a big mansion of a house. Beautiful green trees lined the driveway and the house and the big beautiful gold stained glass windows. I've never been here before. I've only ever seen photos of Uncle Barry standing outside his house. He was a very private person and did not like to see or meet with anyone else. Mum pulled up outside the front of the house, and Uncle Barry was waiting to meet us with his arms outstretched. As the car came to a stop, I ran out of the car and into my uncle's arms. This felt odd, as I had never met this man. I looked up at the amazingly built house and couldn't wait to explore and see what secrets this house held. "Come on, let's get the stuff out the boot," Mum said. Come on in. It's so lovely to see you both," Uncle Barry replied. I just knew that Uncle Barry was putting on an act, as he had the same look on his face that my mum did. I knew this house and Uncle Barry held all the secrets of the bright beam of light this morning. They knew their time had come to reveal the secrets they had been entrusted to keep. This is where our story begins. I am Jay, and my mum is called Stella, and you know who Uncle Barry is. We have lived in our small village, Garden View, since before I could remember. I'm guessing our village gained its name because all you could see are rows upon rows of gardens. The neighbours are all very friendly, and they are on hand should we ever need any help. I'm just a normal kid who loves playing video games or going out with my friends. To my knowledge, we were a normal family. My dad was never at home. He was always working. I didn't ask too much. My mum just said he's working, and that was that. Mum rang Dad every night without fail to see how he was getting on. There was an old lady next door, but didn't really see much of her. Not really. Mum would always ask to see if she would like anything from our local shop, but she knew if she needed anything, Mum would get it for her. Living a few doors down was a girl called Becky, but she preferred to be called Bex. We would meet up a few times a week, but her parents were very strict on her and limited the time we could spend with each other. We both go to the same school. Our school was called Garden View High. It was okay. The school wasn't too big and the teachers were nice. I didn't really like school much. I just wanted to be at home, helping my mum and playing on my games. My greatest wish would be that something would change and I could have the greatest adventure. Joe, shouted out Uncle Barry, pulling me out of my daydream. Yes, Barry, I replied. Follow me and I'll show you your room. While staying at my house, bring your bags with you. I followed Barry up a wide, long staircase that seemed to go on forever. I was amazed at seeing all the pictures hanging on the wall and the lights dropping down from the ceiling. I had never seen anything like it before. Mum was pacing along the hallway at the top of the stairs. How did she get up there before us? I wondered. As we reached the hallway, she turned and looked directly at me and said, Joe, I know what is happening right now. Must be very strange, and we will have you wondering what is going on. But I will explain everything and Uncle Barry will help me out. This is the right time, you were told. I'll make us some tea and we can all sit down and start explaining. I didn't know if I wanted to know, or if everything should have been kept a secret from me, but I did not have a choice in what was about to happen. We made our way downstairs. We made our way downstairs to the drawing room and sat on a large sofa with steaming cups of tea Mum had made. The cups were made from the most beautiful gold I've ever seen. I was amazed that everything Uncle Barry has was made from this gold, from the windows down to the teacups. What did my uncle do to afford this luxurious lifestyle? Stella, Uncle Barry shouts in a soft, calm voice. Yes, Barry, replies my mum. I think it's time that young Joe knows the truth, don't you? Mum's hand started to shake, and she was trying her best not to drop her tea all over Uncle Barry's cream rug. Yes, it is, Barry. Can you do the explaining? Of course. Uncle Barry turns to me and says, Joe, you're a very special boy, but we have all been trying to keep you safe. Even your dad, he's not been working. He's been hunting down a lady. That is very dangerous to us all. She has tried to hurt a lot of people. She is a witch, Joe. My mouth dropped open and my head started to spin with confusion. This can't be true, could it? I know I wanted adventure, but this was all getting a bit too much to handle right now. I turned to look at my Uncle Barry and started to laugh nervously. You're joking, right? No, my boy, I'm not. This is no laughing matter. She is very dangerous. She's back. That beam of light, that was her. That's why you're here, Jay. I let my head fall back into the sofa and felt an odd sense of calm wash over me. I felt all warm and cosy all of a sudden. Uncle Barry turned to my mum and said, It's time now. He's ready to see the whole truth. All of a sudden, the calm I had felt a few moments before left my body, and I was shocked to be hearing what was being said. With all the energy I had left, I said, The whole truth? What does that even mean? You will see, Uncle Barry said. All of a sudden, the cup of tea I had suddenly started to swell and change colour to red. Don't be scared now, boy. I see you have just seen your tea. I need you to drink that. It will feel strange at first, but the tea lets you see back into the past, and you will see how this all started. I just stared at Barry, and without warning, he grabs my cup off the coffee table and passes it to me. Drink up now, and you'll see the truth. You need to see. I took the cup off Uncle Barry. I was scared to drink it because if what I might see, but I know I was in safe hands. Uncle Barry, why do I feel all warm and have no energy? The tea you have drunk so far makes your body ready for the next stage. This is why it has gone red. This is telling you that you need to drink it now. Your body is in a relaxed state, ready for you to see the past. I lifted the cup up to my mouth and felt the red tea pass my lips. It was slightly cold, but how's that tingling feeling? I could feel it running through my body, and my eyes were starting to close, and all I could see was red. Wait, I shouted out. I can see a door. Yes, that's it. Walk on through it. Uncle Barry replied. I started to panic with what was happening. Where was I? And what was this place? I had a feeling my life would not be the same again. So that is chapter 1 out of my book. So I hope you really enjoyed the special video that I have planned for you all. I didn't want to say it, but I just wanted to be a surprise for you all. So like I say, you can get my book from Kindle or Amazon, and it is so magical, and it just makes me happy and smile. And this story has been locked inside my head since I was so little, and I've got a really good imagination, and I'm so pleased that I have managed to write my book that I've always wanted to write for a long, long time. And I'm so pleased that I can share this with you all. So that is my video for this evening, my very, very magical special video for you all. And I think I read that pretty well. So thank you all so much for your continued support. I love you all. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for your kind comments, and thank you for so many people of you have started buying my book, and it's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait for you to have it like ready in your hands and you're reading it when it gets delivered to your door, or that you're reading it from the Kindle store. It's absolutely amazing and it's so magical, and I just can't thank you all enough for your love and support. So that is my I've done it, I messed it up then. That is my video for this evening. I love you all lots, and give me a like, don't forget to press the bell, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. And yeah, I just can't wait for you all to read my book. Thank you all so much, and just one other thing, don't ever let anyone put you down, and follow your dreams. And that's it. That is all I want to say in this video, and I hope you really enjoyed that first chapter. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!